Welcome to The Naomi Show. Hi there and welcome to The Naomi Show. Now, the dating scene these days can be a bit daunting, and if you don't like going to bars and clubs, that can narrow down the dating field even more. But if you're looking for love, there are ways to meet people, and if you're so inclined, do good for others at the same time. And my guest today is here to tell you how. I'm joined by Melina Shamroth, who runs a program called Single Volunteers, which is part of her Making a Difference website. And Melina, how does it work?
Basically, it's about getting like-minded singles together in an environment where they've got an opportunity to meet while putting back into the community.
Now, for you, you're a success story of sorts in the charity field, aren't you? Because you met your partner doing charity work.
I actually met my partner through this program. I set it up. I found myself in my 30s, suddenly single and really not knowing where to begin. And I tried internet dating a few times and it was an absolute disaster for me. You know, I kind of wonder how people don't think they're going to get caught out when they have a photo that's maybe 10 years old or, you know, someone who describes themselves as athletic but it turns out it's from the head up. So, you know, there was also just the thing that you just never knew about chemistry and it really just didn't sit comfortably with me. I started a bit of a social experiment.
Yeah.
That was Single Volunteers with Cooking for a Cause and it was fantastic.
So what happens on Cooking for a Cause? You know, it's a bit of chemistry in the kitchen type of thing?
Yes, we get people mixing and mingling, chopping and chatting, cracking eggs, cracking jokes.
Yeah.
Basically it is. It's about literally getting people who've got a social conscience together in one room, and in this case it's a kitchen, and what they're doing is preparing meals for hungry and homeless people.
I imagine it's a really great way for people to meet because it's non-intimidating. They're doing something that they have something in common. And actually approaching someone is a perfectly reasonable thing to do in that environment if they like someone, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. I mean, in this, it's very grounding. Everyone's wearing a cap to protect their hair and they're wearing an apron. And it's not about, have I got lipstick on my teeth? It's about, can you pass me the knife? Can you pass me the peeler? And people have something, it's like when you go to a wedding and you can do the whole, oh, do you know the bride or do you know the groom?
Yes.
And in this case, it's, you know, oh, how did you find out about this? And, you know, the first time we did it, it was quite an interesting experience for me. I had to literally beg people to come along, pulled favours, did all sorts of things. And I just didn't know how it was going to work. But it was absolutely amazing. And at the end of the night, when I've given people a tick sheet and I've said, you know, tick anyone's name that you'd like to meet again.
So you actually have a sheet at the end with everyone's name on and you can tick people that you like.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of hooking people up
Pretty
element
much,
of the night. Okay.
And if they get mutual ticks, we pass their details on. But the beauty of it is that people leave there having done something that's made a difference. So they might have made 700 meals for people who really need them. And maybe they'll meet somebody, maybe they'll make a new friend, and maybe they won't. But at least they walk away knowing they've done something that's really contributed. And people walk away feeling fantastic about it. An anecdotal side effect is that even if people don't meet somebody on the night, we know of people who've walked away from there and felt so good about themselves during the week that they've actually attracted someone to them during that time.
What sort of people are you getting coming along?
Oh, we get an amazing range of people. We get from CEOs and MDs of companies through to tradies, teachers, scientists. We've had everybody. We've had such a wide range. And I think that's the other thing.
That's a pretty good dating pool, isn't it, for people?
Fantastic. And we have even numbers of people. We work really hard to do that. And I think the thing is that everybody, what they have in common is they have a social conscience.
So do you combine people according to their age as well? Is that
we do a range of things. I mean, you know, we're always on the lookout for singles, be it heterosexual, metrosexual or homosexual. We run events for 25s to 45s, over 45s, gay events. In some cases we did a massive big event called Feed Melbourne. We worked with a charity, Fair Share, and it was incredible. We turned Etihad Stadium's Medallion Club into a massive kitchen, and we had 220 singles in there, had 106 matches and made 7,000 meals for people who needed them.
Now, do people need to be a chef if they're coming along to this thing?
Absolutely not. With every single event we do, we make sure that people only need to have a bit of enthusiasm and want to take part. So you don't need any cooking skills, you don't need to be a master chef, you just need to be just interested in meeting people.
So are there other events that you do that are not cooking based?
Yeah, absolutely. We've done a whole range of things to support bushfire victims. We do stuff for neglected animals. We've done things to support people on dialysis and gardening programs. We've got a whole range of things that we're doing right around the country now.
It must be a great way for people to form a bond. I mean, you look at Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, for instance, and I think one of the things that keeps them together oftentimes is their volunteer work, isn't it?
there's something really magical that happens. And, you know, in my own case, there's an irony about this, that I set up Single Volunteers because I wanted to meet somebody. And I ran my events for about 6 months, and, you know, I kind of stopped looking because I was so worried about everybody else meeting somebody. And about 6 months in, a guy walked in, and at the end of the night he added my name to the tick sheet and ticked it. And I ignored it. I thought, you know, it's not very professional. And he persisted, and now we've been together for more than a year. So it's fantastic. We're very happy. And what's great about that is it's a person I never would have met in any other capacity, and we share an absolute social conscience, and we go out and we do stuff together that really makes a difference, and it really bonds you. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's a great program, Elena. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your love life, let's talk about it at naomishow.com.